So if you guys know me and my grind lately, I've been kind of taking a break from the dating apps and really just focus on my passion, my grind. And then from time to time, I do get bored. So I'll hop back on. Hey, just because I'm not ordering doesn't mean I can't look at the menu, right? What's going on? It's your boy, Louis Fa Sho. You know how we do. Welcome to Bring Shreds, where I'm here to get you fit, one meal at a time. But before we get started on today's topic, I gotta show you what I eat. Because you know, fitness. Alright guys, check this out. So on the bottom, I have diced potatoes. I didn't dice them up myself. The ones I bought came in a bag and it's called Simply Potatoes. And on top, sorry, my cat. And on top of that, I have 96.4 lean ground beef. No, it's not grass-fed because YouTube ain't paying us, but when they do, I'll get grass-fed. And I'm so used to the 96.4, that's kind of always been like my go-to. But if you prefer 93.7 or 80.20, hey, it's up to you. On top of that, you can't see it, but I have Greek yogurt. I appreciate this a lot, and it's kind of like a sour cream substitute, and extra protein. And as you can see here, guys, on top of that is an egg and some avocados for them healthy fats. And the sauce on top, I have my go-to G Hughes sugar-free chili sauce. Oh, yo. Without further ado, let's dig in. Guys, I'm super excited for this. All these toppings, it kind of reminds me of like a grand slam you get at Denny's, you know what I'm talking about? Because you got the potatoes, you got the meat, no pancakes, but you got the egg, you got the sour cream. I don't think it comes with sour cream, but you guys know what I mean, right? All right, guys, this is what it looks like. What do you guys think? Oh, man. Guys, I always say this, just because you're dieting doesn't mean your foods has to be boring all the time. Chicken breast, broccoli, brown rice. Even though I do love eating those. Come on. God, that is so good. So like I mentioned, guys, even though I took a break from dating, online dating, all that good stuff, from time to time, you know, I get bored. So I'm kind of like, okay, let me just see what's out there. And let me just say, guys, I'm kind of over it. And the reason why is I recently got catfish. Let me explain. So I want to rewind a little bit, right, to the first time I ever got catfish. And this was back in the day, right? Like the term catfish wasn't a thing. So I met this girl online, right? I don't remember the website name. It was either Asian Avenue, Old School, or like Find a Pics, Friendster, or MySpace. One of those, right? This girl was like a bombshell. She looked like an import model. So first we were messaging each other, right? And then I asked for a screen name on AIM. You guys remember that? Old School. So as we were talking, she kept sending me like all these like model photos, this and that. And I remember like, did we talk on the phone? This was back in the day when you talk on the phone. Now I hate it, but I don't remember. No, I don't think we did. Did we? No. So I remember one time I was looking at one of her photos and something caught my eye. In the photo, she had a wedding ring, right? So I was kind of like, hey, wait a minute. So I asked her, right? Hey, I noticed you have a wedding ring in one of your photos. Are you married or something? And she's kind of like, oh no, like, you know, we were engaged and things didn't work out, so we broke up. So I was like, oh, okay, like, that's understandable, right? Keep in mind, we were like in our early 20s back then. So it's like, I don't know, so many girls get married before us guys, so I get it. But one thing I remembered is like, she said she was from San Jose. San Jose's in the Bay Area, kind of where I live. And my big bro from my fraternity, Johnny, he works for his dad, right? And they installed these, it's called point of sales in like restaurants and stuff, you know, the touchscreen stuff. So he's like, yo, Lou Dog, I'm coming up to San Jose. There's this restaurant. Let's meet up. I was like, oh, okay, cool, bet. So I messaged that girl and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go see my big bro. Since I'm gonna be in the San Jose area, would you like to meet up after or during, whatever, right? And she goes, oh, really? Okay, sure. Yeah. Like, just let me know. I was like, my heart was like, oh, yo, I'm about to meet the girl of my dreams. Oh, yo. Sorry. So I remember driving out there. It's probably like a 20, 30-minute drive. Meet up with my big bro. He was still working. So then I called her, right? Because I had her number. And guys, guess what happened? All of a sudden, no answer. So I was like, okay. I told her before I was coming out that I was going to see her. She said she was down. Why all of a sudden she's not answering? Let me call again. I think I called 5 times. No, that's exaggerating. Maybe 3 or 4 times. And I texted her like, hey, where you at? I'm out here. You know, things like that. So yeah, maybe I texted her, where you at? Called her, still no answer. And I was just like really confused. Like, yo, you sound super excited to see me. Why all of a sudden, like, you don't pick up, right? So anyways, after that, me and my big bro, we caught up. I think we went to Denny's that night because it was like the only thing open late at night. Denny's. So I remember coming home that night, hopping back on AIM, and then she was on. Either that same night or the next day. And I was like, yo, like, what happened? Like, you said you were down. Why didn't you pick up? And then she said, yo, like, she didn't say yo. She said, I have a confession to make. And I was like, what's wrong? I was like, what is it? And she goes, oh, like, just to let you know, like, the reason why I didn't pick up is because I'm not that girl in the photos. And I was like, not the girl in the photos. So who is this? I started asking her like a bunch of questions like, why would she do this? Like, it didn't make no sense to me. And I think her explanation was she used these fake photos, right? For someone like me to get to know her, fall in love with her personality, and then all of a sudden, surprise, hey, that's not me. This is who I look like instead. Since you like me for my insides already, like, what's the big deal? Even though I don't look like this person that I showed you that I was supposed to be. So my first thing is like, okay, so you're not this person that you claim to be. And second, you're a liar. You can't start a relationship based on a lie. Oh yeah, guys, sorry. Let me wash it down with some of this. I call it Mason Pierre, but my buddy Brandon said it's not called Mason Pierre. It's called Mason's Puree. Puree? Puree. Something like that. It's French. I don't know about you guys, I love sparkling water. I know some of you guys hate it. You guys prefer regular water, but for me, I love the bubbles. It kind of reminds me of a soda without the calories, without the fake sugar, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, back to the story. So yeah, so who's the girl in the photos and why did you lie to me, right? So I said, okay, fine. Now that you confessed you're not this girl in the photos, can I at least see who you are? And she goes, no, like, well, if you look at my photos and like, you don't like me no more, back in my mind, I'm like, you're already a liar. Like, I'm not gonna like you regardless, right? And you're probably not cute because like, if you were, you wouldn't have to fake your photos. So I finally convinced her like, no, it's not like that. Just let me see what you look like. So she sent me her photo and it wasn't what I expected. Let's just say that. I'm a nice guy, all right, guys? I care about people's feelings. Once I looked at it, I said, oh no. So I said, you know what, like, with all due respect, like, you kind of lied to me. I can't really base a relationship starting off on a lie, like, unfortunately. However, can you tell me who the girl in the photos is? She ended up giving me the girl's details. Happened to be some kind of not a supermodel, but like a model, obviously. And I don't remember what happened. I think like she gave me like fake info or fake screen name or fake whatever because that other person or whatever contact she gave me just never responded back. So yeah, guys, that was the first time I ever got catfished. Again, this was the MySpace days, Friendster, whatever. So the word catfish wasn't a term yet. So fast forward a little bit, maybe a little later, a couple years later, you guys remember Manti? He was a linebacker for the Notre Dame, who's really popular. He got catfished. You guys know about that? So his is even worse, right? He was doing the whole like long distance dating, and the person that catfished him took it like above and beyond. Like they would talk on the phone. The dude, or it ended up being a dude, was like talking in like a high pitched voice. Sorry, I can't do it. And Manti, like every time he wanted to go see her, like, hey, I'm in town. Like, where you at? Same thing, right? Some kind of excuse. Oh, my mom is sick or whatever excuse it was, right? The unfortunate thing about that is it became national news because the catfish person faked her own death and became like media attention. And then when people found out it was all fake, it was all a lie, a hoax, he became like one of the first memes. Like when memes was born. I remember to this day. And man, that's crazy, right? So I got off pretty quick and lucky. He went through the whole fake relationship long distance. And of course, what happened? It was because it was online, right? Of course, like his cousins like vouched for it, whatever, but still, right? So let's fast forward to my most recent catfish. Again, guys, I'm not dating right now. I'm focused on my grind, myself, my passions, whatever. Time to time, I just want to see what's out there. So I ended up matching with this really cute girl, right? A bombshell. So we started talking. I was reading her profile. She said she liked nerds. I was like, I ain't no dang nerd. I mean, I could be a nerd if you want me to. Hey guys, how you doing? So we're talking for a little bit. I was like, hey, you seem pretty cool. Would you like to like meet up? Get to know each other better in person? Just a tip for you guys. If you guys are new to dating, and you guys are like striking out, try not to over text because the girl will get bored. Try to set the date right away, you know what I'm saying? Talk for a little bit, build that little rapport, and then once she kind of like opens up, kind of be like, hey, are you cool to like meet up and get to know each other in person? And if they say no, they're wasting your time, move on. So I did that, right? I was like, hey, you seem pretty cool. How about we get to know each other better in person? When are you free? And guys and girls, typically when somebody's really interested in you, they'll give you a specific time and day, right? Oh, I'm free this Saturday and Sunday after 4 p.m. They'll give you like day options, time availability, you know, all that stuff. So I asked this girl, right? And what did she say? Next week. Keep in mind it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, something like that. So next week is very far and very wide. So I'm like, okay, like when next week? Monday through Wednesday, she said. And I was like, all right, either this person's not interested or they're catfishing. So I said, okay, cool. How about sometime after 4? I like to set afternoon dates, kind of sets the mood. Don't do lunch dates. Boring, right? Coffee dates. I don't know, guys. Maybe it works for you guys, but for me, not my thing. So I said, okay, how about sometime after 4 or whatever I said? And she goes, okay, sure, great, sounds good. And then she goes, hey, do you have a Discord? Yeah, sure, I have a Discord, but I barely use it. I'm only on there for like a online course I'm taking, right? The Discord server. So I said, okay, cool, let me just add you real quick. So I added her, and keep in mind, her profile picture was like this anime Sailor Moon image. Mine's just my face, right? Because I have nothing to hide. So at first I was kind of like, okay, like she said she's into nerdy things. Like, I kind of get it, right? And maybe she also wants to hide her identity or whatever. Totally understandable. So then we started talking, and then she goes, I'm really mad right now. Can we talk on the phone or whatever through Discord? And I was like, dang, I hate talking on the phone. But okay, sure, maybe for like 15, 20 minutes, whatever. So she goes, I want to FaceTime with you. I was like, okay, cool. She says, but I was like, okay. My phone suddenly dropped in the water and my webcam doesn't work. I was like, oh, okay. But your phone still works, your mic still works, but only the webcam doesn't work. Oh, okay, sure. Guys, I've been around the block, all right? The signs were there. So then what I did, this might sound kind of stalkerish, but I just want to make sure this person was real. So I took her images on the dating app, and then I reverse imaged it on Google just to see like, okay, is this person who she claims? Because her name was one name. Does it match the photos if I look up her Instagram or her Facebook page? Whatever pops up, right? Will it match what she claims to be? And I tried doing it for a couple of her photos and it didn't work. Like no pictures popped up. So guys, I don't know how it works. I don't think she's AI. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think she's AI because it looked real. I just thought it might be like the first time I got catfished, she was using somebody else's photos. That was kind of like what I was trying to look for, you know what I mean? So nothing popped up. So I looked at her. So she had like 3 or 4 photos on her dating profile. And then on the bottom, she had 2 videos. And in one of the videos, she was cutting pineapples. And that was the one I commented on, right? Because that was me, the whole fitness thing. I love pineapples. So I commented, oh, I love pineapples. So that video, when she was cutting it, her face was kind of like cut off the video. So as she was cutting. But check this out, guys. The pineapple cutting video, she had like a tattoo here, a tattoo here. Like very small tattoos, very subtle, right? But she had them. So I was like, huh. So I scroll up to her regular photos and no tattoos were seen, like here or anything. So guys, do you kind of see where I'm going with this? It's getting kind of obvious. I've been around the block. I know the signs. The things don't match. Manti Teo. My phone still works and my mic. But since I dropped it in the water, my webcam doesn't work. So what I ended up doing is just like, I'm not playing this game. And then I blocked her on Discord, and then I reported her to the dating app. Is that wrong with me? I don't think it's wrong with me, because not only she wasted my time, she's probably trying to catfish other guys as well. You guys see what I'm saying? I'm doing my part. So that happened like a couple days ago. Where does it leave me now? Well guys, like I said, I'm still focused on my grind, my passion in life. Technically, I'm really not dating, just a story I wanted to share with you guys. However, I do feel with technology these days, it made our life quote unquote simpler, but also harder at the same time. And let me explain why. Back in the day, like 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, we had to swallow our pride as guys, and we saw a cute girl, we had to get up and approach them, right? Hey, I noticed you from across the room. I think you're cute. Can I have your number, right? And I think because of dating apps these days, a lot of us guys are really intimidated by approaching a stranger, especially an attractive one, right guys? And I'm sure a lot of you guys can also relate that like, we don't want to be labeled as guys like a creep or a creeper. So let's say I approach a girl I find attractive from across the bar or the room, restaurant, whatever. And I say the same thing, hey, I saw you, I noticed, I think you're cute, whatever. Oh my God, creeper. Oh, what a creep. Hey, I'm the last thing from a creep. Sorry, I'll leave you alone, jeez. I think a lot of us guys in the back of our minds think that way. Guys, do you agree with me or not? Come on, I'm not the only one. But I think those kind of people, the ones that are gonna call you creeps, that's like maybe 1 or 2%, right? Like the majority might say like, oh, I have a boyfriend, aka I'm not interested, things like that. Totally fine, right? But the ones that are gonna call you creepers or whatever, I think that's very rare. Unless you really are aggressive with it, right? Can I have your number? Can I have your number? Huh? Guys, don't do that. So I'm gonna make a bet to myself and to you guys that like moving forward, if I see a cute girl in public that's by herself, not like with another guy, obviously, so at least just say hi. How's your day? Don't hit on her. Don't maybe say I find her cute. I don't know yet. But just hi. How are you? I think that's okay, right, guys? Because if you think about it, all these dating apps, they're just basing you off your profile and your pictures. At least with in person, they can kind of gauge if you are a weirdo or not. Sometimes personality matters. I mean, it does matter, obviously. But like, if you can make her laugh in person, maybe your chances in person will go up versus if you go on a dating app, especially one like Bumble where the girl has to message you first. Like your chances on there are slimmer. Does that make sense? So with that being said, guys, again, hold me accountable. I think I'm gonna do it. And then let me know if I don't do it, what should my punishment be? Oh, and if you are single watching this, I'm betting on you too.